Welcome to Untold Mysteries. Beneath the glittering lights of Los Angeles lies a city very few people know exists. Not the skyscrapers, not the freeways, not the Hollywood dream, but a hidden world. Carved deep into the earth, dark tunnels, forgotten passageways, and underground secrets that whisper of crime, corruption, and things the city doesn't want you to know. Some say these tunnels once carried bootleg liquor during Prohibition. Others believe they were escape routes for the powerful and the rich. And then, there are darker stories. Stories of bodies that were never found. Stories of rituals that were never meant to be seen. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll discover that Los Angeles is not just a city of stars. It's also a city of shadows, and what lies beneath may shock you more than what shines above. Pause for a moment and think. When you walk the busy streets of downtown LA, could you be standing right above a forgotten crime scene? Wait until you hear this next part. The first whispers of these tunnels go back more than a century. In the 1920s, Los Angeles was a city of ambition, a booming oil industry, a growing movie scene, and politicians who wanted to control it all. But there was one big problem: alcohol. Prohibition had just swept across America. Liquor was outlawed. Bars were shut down, and yet, people still wanted to drink. So where did they go? Underground. Literally. Beneath the streets of Los Angeles, secret tunnels became the lifeline of the city's forbidden nightlife. Whiskey, gin, and beer were smuggled in through these passageways. Bars hidden behind false doors and basements became speakeasies for the city's elite. Imagine it. Above ground, police patrolling, enforcing prohibition laws. Below ground, music, laughter, glasses clinking, and the smell of cigars filling the air. But not everyone was invited. These tunnels weren't for the poor or the ordinary. They were playgrounds for the rich, the powerful, and the corrupt. And here's the strange part. Some of these very tunnels still exist today, locked, sealed, and off-limits to the public. Why? What's down there that the city doesn't want you to see? Let's dig deeper. One of the most infamous tunnels runs right beneath the Los Angeles Times building. This wasn't just any tunnel. It was a passageway used to secretly transport alcohol, money, and sometimes people. Now think about that for a second. If a major newspaper headquarters had hidden tunnels, what does that say about who was really in control of the city? And the tunnels weren't small. Some stretched for blocks, wide enough for carts, and in some cases, even cars to pass through. It wasn't just a few basements connected together. It was an entire underground network. But alcohol wasn't the only thing moving through those shadows. There are old police reports, faded, half forgotten, that speak of bodies dumped in those tunnels. Criminal deals made far from the eyes of the law, and whispers of meetings between politicians and mobsters. What if I told you some of LA's most powerful families built their legacies on what happened underground? Can you imagine? And here's where it gets even stranger. These tunnels weren't just used by gangsters. City officials themselves were involved. There are stories of judges, lawyers, even mayors sneaking into these hidden bars through the tunnels. The same people who were supposed to enforce the law were the ones breaking it. Pause and think about that. The city that punished ordinary people for drinking was secretly drinking itself into the night, underground. But that's only the beginning, because as time went on, the tunnels of Los Angeles became something much darker than a place to sip whiskey. Wait until you hear what they were used for next. By now, you've seen how Los Angeles built a hidden world under its streets. A world of bootleg liquor, speakeasies, and corruption. But as Prohibition ended, something unexpected happened. The tunnels didn't close. They didn't disappear. Instead, they found new purposes. And some of those purposes were far darker than anyone could imagine. Wait until you hear this next part. During the 1930s, Los Angeles became the stage for another kind of underground activity. Gambling. Illegal casinos and hidden poker rooms sprung up in basements and tunnels. Mob bosses realized they didn't need Vegas to run their games. They could do it right here below the city. Picture this. Above ground, a regular business, maybe a grocery store or a tailor's shop. But hidden beneath, a secret stairway leading to a smoky room where money piled high on green felt tables. And the police? They knew. In fact, some officers were paid to look the other way. But gambling wasn't the only thing happening. In the shadows, even stranger activities took place. Reports from old city archives hint at tunnels being used for smuggling people. Not just criminals hiding from the law, but desperate migrants sneaking into the city through underground routes. Think about that. Los Angeles, the city of opportunity, had a hidden gateway for those willing to risk everything. Some made it through, others never came out of the tunnels alive. Now pause for a moment. If tunnels were being used to move liquor, money, and people, what else could they have been used for? Here's where the story takes a darker turn. There are whispers. Stories that some tunnels were used for secret societies, hidden lodges, and even occult rituals. Yes, you heard that right. Some historians believe Los Angeles wasn't just hiding crime below the surface. It was hiding religion, or at least something pretending to be religion. One of the strangest stories comes from the 1940s. A janitor working near Spring Street claimed he stumbled on a hidden chamber while cleaning a basement. Inside, he said he found candles, strange symbols on the walls, and a large stone table. It looked less like a meeting room and more like an altar. The story was buried, written off as a rumor. But others have come forward with similar tales of chanting heard in sealed tunnels, of markings carved into stone walls, unlike anything else in the city. Could it have been a cult, an underground society practicing rituals in the darkness, or just imagination running wild? We may never know. But there's one thing we do know. The tunnels of Los Angeles were not just built for utility. They became a place of secrets. Secrets that even today remain locked away. Wait until you hear what happened during World War II. As the war raged overseas, Los Angeles became a hub of military production. Factories churned out planes, weapons, and supplies. The city was booming again, and once more the tunnels beneath were put to use. Some were turned into emergency shelters, hidden bunkers, just in case the West Coast was attacked. Others were used to move sensitive materials quietly, away from the public eye. But there's a mystery here, because after the war, records of those tunnels vanished. No maps, no official documents. It was as if they were erased from history. Why would the government hide them? What was down there that needed to be forgotten? Some researchers believe certain tunnels may still contain sealed stockpiles from the 1940s, crates of supplies untouched for decades, maybe even classified documents that were never meant to be found. Can you imagine stumbling across one of those today? But here's the part that keeps me up at night. Even in modern times, people claim the tunnels are still being used. Not for alcohol, not for gambling, but for something even darker. There are urban legends that say homeless people vanish near certain areas of downtown. Some believe they wander into tunnels and never come back. Others claim criminal networks still use them to move drugs, weapons, or even people away from cameras and police patrols. And yet, the city stays silent. Officials admit there are tunnels, but when asked about their current use, they shrug it off. Just old infrastructure, they say. But is that really the truth? Because every now and then, someone finds a locked door in a parking garage, a staircase in a basement, a rusted gate under the streets, and behind it, darkness. A passage leading who knows where. The City of Angels has many faces, but beneath its surface lies a face most people were never meant to see. And in part 3, you'll discover just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Because the story of Los Angeles' secret tunnels isn't over. In fact, it may only just be beginning. By now, you've heard about the tunnels that carried liquor during Prohibition, the underground casinos, the whispers of rituals in the dark, and even government secrets sealed away during wartime. But here's the real question. What's happening down there right now? Because if you think these tunnels are just dusty relics of the past, think again. Wait until you hear this next part. Modern explorers, the kind who sneak into abandoned places with flashlights and cameras, claim the tunnels are still alive. Not alive with people, alive with secrets. Some say they've found entire underground rooms beneath downtown Los Angeles. Graffiti on the walls, old furniture left behind, and strange noises echoing in the darkness. Can you imagine walking through miles of pitch-black tunnels and suddenly hearing footsteps behind you? One explorer swore he found a room filled with rusted lockers, as if workers once used the tunnels daily. But no one knows who they were or where they went. Others have found sealed steel doors with no handles. Who locked them? And more importantly, what's behind them? Think about it. If Los Angeles really wanted to erase its underground history, why not just demolish the tunnels? Why keep them sealed, hidden, and off-limits? Unless, of course, they're still being used. And this is where the theories get wild. Some believe the tunnels connect to the Los Angeles River system, creating hidden pathways that stretch for miles beyond downtown. Others whisper that certain elite clubs still hold private gatherings in the dark, exclusive parties, where only the powerful are invited. But then, there are the truly chilling stories. Stories of voices echoing when no one is there, cold air rushing through sealed doors, and shadows moving at the edge of flashlight beams. Skeptics say it's just imagination. But those who've been inside will tell you the tunnels have a presence, as if they're watching. Pause for a second and ask yourself this: would you dare go down there alone? Now let's zoom out. Los Angeles is not the only city with tunnels. New York has them. Portland has them. Even Las Vegas has them, but LA's tunnels feel different. Because this is a city built on illusion. Hollywood glamour above, hidden corruption below, and maybe that's why the tunnels matter so much. They're the physical proof that the city has always lived a double life, a city of dreams, and a city of shadows. But here's the kicker. Even today, the city doesn't have a complete map of the tunnels. Some are documented, many are not, and no one knows just how deep the network really goes. Could there be entire sections still undiscovered? Entire rooms sealed for nearly a century? It's possible. And if so, what might still be hiding down there? Artifacts from Prohibition? Evidence of crimes long forgotten? Or something stranger? Wait until you hear this final thought. Back in the 1930s, a strange story appeared in the Los Angeles Times. It spoke of an engineer who claimed to have discovered a massive underground city beneath LA. A city built thousands of years ago. Not by Americans, not even by native tribes, but by a race of lizard people. Yes, lizard people. The story claimed these beings dug elaborate tunnels, stored treasures of gold, and left behind hidden chambers that stretched for miles. It sounded insane then, and it still sounds insane now. But think about it. Why would a major newspaper print it at all? Could there have been something real beneath the myth? Some believe that article was a cover-up, that maybe the city really did find something unusual underground, and brushed it off as a crazy story. So here's the big question. If tomorrow you found a locked tunnel entrance in downtown Los Angeles, would you go in? Or would you walk away wondering what secrets were buried there forever? Because maybe some mysteries are meant to stay hidden. But one thing is certain. The next time you walk the streets of Los Angeles, remember this: beneath your feet lies another world. A forgotten city, a shadow city, a city that refuses to be erased. And maybe, just maybe, its secrets are still waiting to be uncovered. Pause here. What do you think is really hiding in those tunnels? Crime evidence? Government secrets? Or something far stranger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what theory makes the most sense to you. And if this story kept you hooked, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Untold Mysteries, and hit the bell icon so you never miss what's coming next. Because this was only one chapter, and the next mystery might be even darker. Until then, stay curious, stay brave, and never stop questioning the world around you.